You're just in time for another eBay antique unboxing. And so we already received this beautiful scent bottle, this antique scent bottle that I turned into a necklace. We already received this beautiful bottle. There'll be uploads for all of these, this antique beautiful scent bottle. And now this item. So some of my best scores have come from Fleabay. And like one time, the time that I paid many years ago, I paid $25 for an antique diary. And it turned out to be a very, very rare historical diary of a Mormon, an early Mormon missionary. And a rare book dealer offered me $5,000 sight unseen on it. So yeah, I get really great deals on eBay. This might not be one of them. Let's just hope. Okay, so I got it for 50% off. And I figured, hey, I would spend $75 on some other crap. And we'll take a chance. Their pictures were shiz. The description was shiz. And so sometimes you don't want to ask too many questions. You ask too many questions, they get suspicious. Then they start Googling, and then they realize, oh, this thing is way more valuable than the price I have for it. And then the guy would have never accepted my offer, my lowball. And you might give me a thumbs down for that. I know a lot of resellers get pissed. Don't get pissed. I mean, this guy, I'm not taking advantage of him. He was willing to take that amount. He was happy with that amount. All right, let's see. Let's pray it's not broken. Packs very nicely, I might have to say. All right. Now, I don't always score. A lot of people think, oh, every one of my videos is a score. She must find these really easily. No, I'll tell you, I search sometimes for 8, 9, 10 hours straight without even getting up from my chair. I shit you not. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm doing the pee-pee dance in my chair, and I just don't want to miss 1 second of hunting and searching for sleepers. And yes, my bladder does not like me because I don't get out of the chair. Now, if you want to find scores, you're going to have to be dedicated. Everybody knows what they have nowadays with the onset of shows such as Antiques Roadshow, that stupid show with Dr. Lori, American Pickers, all that other crap. A lot of people are educated. They have Google at their disposal. And so it's getting harder and harder to find bargains. Okay, that people don't know what the heck it is. Oh, wow. Okay, oh, wow. Holy shiz. Okay, this person said this was a teeny tiny bottle. It's actually much bigger than I thought. Let's turn it around. This is an antique Victorian scent bottle. And it comes with the chain. Let's check to see how old the chain is. Sometimes the chain was added on at a later date. I can tell this was a chatelaine. So a chatelaine is a bottle or something that, it doesn't have to be a bottle, but anything useful that could be hung from a lady's waistband with a chain was a chatelaine. It was like the first Swiss Army knife of the day. So basically this chain that you see attached to this bottle would have been attached to many useful items, and right there would be a ring, and it would be attached to a clip that would have hung from a lady's waistband. I think this necklace was added at a later date. I believe that somebody just later on, this was passed down from generation to generation, and somebody really appreciated this item. Can we get a focus? Okay, someone really appreciated this item, loved it enough to get a necklace for it and wear it after their relative probably passed it on to them after death. We got a spring ring, so this is telling me that this is an older necklace. It might not be antique. Let's go take a look at it. But it could be from the early 20th century. It is probably silver. I'm looking for a marking. Spring rings were from the early 20th century. If you see a lobster claw, from the 70s and on. So a lobster claw closure would mean that this was contemporary. I'm looking for a marking. I do not think I see one. Sometimes it's on the ring. It's probably silver. And if it is silver, it's mighty clean, okay? All right. All right, so this is a 20-inch chain, but I'm not interested in the chain. I'm interested in the bottle, and here we go. Now, this is rock crystal. Don't know if you can see this, but look at how thick this is. It's heavy as hell. It's a rock crystal bottle. Could be a smelling salts bottle or a vinaigrette or a scent bottle. So the hints we have here is the top cap. It has some openings So it could have been used as a smelling salts bottle. A lot of times the stopper is missing on these pieces. I'm trying to make sure I don't break this. It has a hinge that you can see there. The stopper will be missing, and it's always almost a guarantee that the stopper is missing. I cannot get this open. I don't want to break it. All right, so let's go gently if we can. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait a minute. It does have the original glass stopper. Well, holy shiz, can it come out? Sometimes these get stuck in there. I don't want to F around. You know what I mean? I don't want to F-A-F-O, fuck around and find out right now. So I am not going to touch it. I'm going to smell it. Sometimes you can smell the perfume. Oh, wow. Okay, it smells beautiful. Now, old perfume gets better with age. I kid you not. You can clean this bottle out 7 times over, and the remnants of the oil from the perfume will still, you won't be able to get it out. So what we have here is something that looks unmistakably French. And if you zoom in, we have some kind of coat of arms. This is a Grand Tour. Now, this is a Grand Tour piece. This was a souvenir. It says Chantilly. Okay, Chantilly. So this came from the town of Chantilly, which was not even like a town. It was a commune. A commune in the north of France, not very far from Paris. Today it has about 10,000 inhabitants. There was a Chateau de Chantilly that was burned down during the French Revolution and pilfered and robbed. During the Revolution, rebuilt back, it started to be rebuilt from the Duke of Chantilly, right around, I believe, the 1870s, and it was finished in like the 1880s. And then everybody wanted to see the Chateau de Chantilly, don't know how to pronounce French, wanted to see it reconstructed. It had the best art, like the best paintings, like it became like a museum. So it became part of the French government. It was given over by the Duke of Chantilly, to the French government. Basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Donated, along with all of the art. And so people would flock there. They wanted to see what it looked like. So I'm guessing that that's what this could be. Now, this is a Grand Tour antique. So somebody would have most likely been wealthy, took a tour of Europe, which they used to do during the the Victorian, actually even into the Edwardian era and early 20th century, but most commonly during the Victorian, early Victorian, and Georgian, and even Regency eras. They would take a tour or a rite of passage right after getting out of school, male or female. Female would have to be chaperoned, and to check out the architecture, the art, the cultures of people from different countries, and come back with some kind of knowledge. They would check out the beautiful paintings. They would go to all the museums, and they would bring something back. And so that's what I think we got here. All right, I think we have a Grand Tour antique. And so I don't know if this is silver. I'm going to test it. Here's the sides, and you can see this is rock crystal. This is like very expensive crystal. It's not cheap glass. It's heavy. It's got weight to it. It's really, I mean, it's at least 2 ounces, if not more. I mean, this is a really heavy bottle. And let's check out the decor. And if you look, we got the fleur-de-lis, which is the symbol of parts of France, and I believe Chantilly. The Chateau de Chantilly, one of their emblems was the fleur-de-lis, which is a royal. This is like a royal type of design. Very beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a look at the details. Look at the collar on this. Markings. Now, sometimes they're hidden. You really got to look under the clasp. You got to look under the hinge. You got to really like look around and search. Sometimes they are hidden in the most obscure places. So I'm going to look this bottle over. I'm going to clean it up a little, do a little test, find out what kind of metal we're dealing with here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cleaned it up. I tested it. It is silver. Thank the Lord. And here's the one on the left that I just got. I'll be uploading that video soon too. This is a beautiful heraldic crest. And I believe it's a Viennese, Austrian, or Swiss. We have the little goat. We have the Edelweiss. We have like really, this is gorgeous. This is actually also silver, another scent bottle. These pieces are Grand Tour pieces, souvenir pieces that would have been brought back from Europe. And this one is really, really exquisite as well. This one is just as exquisite. If you flip it over, it's even more fancy on the back with many, many different attributes, amphora handles. And we got really fancy, fancy top. Don't know if we can focus on that. Just like our other one here. And these were not cheap. These were for richer people or wealthier people. So these actually did not come cheap. They weren't cheap tourist pieces. And so somebody definitely brought this rock crystal bottle home with them. And it's immaculate. It's so clean. After I cleaned it, it's gleaming. Now somebody ended up probably being passed down this piece and added the necklace later on. I tested this. This is actually silver as well. There are no markings for silver on it at all. Don't know why there are no markings on this bottle or this bottle, which happens to be 9 karat gold and silver. I don't know why they didn't mark these things unless it's hidden. Sometimes it's hidden in a very, very obscure area. Sometimes you'll find it on the cap or on the hinge or in some kind of little nook or cranny and tiny microscopic. I try to use my loop for that. Sometimes you just can't find them. All right, so let's find out more information about Chantilly or the Chateau de Chantilly, which I think this was some kind of grand opening. So there was this person was there for the grand opening of it and then purchased this bottle as a souvenir of the grand opening. I could be wrong. Let's do more research. Upon doing my research, I find the Chateau de Chantilly souvenir book from Paris, France. And this is a very, very old book showing you the interior of the beautiful palace after it was rebuilt. Here's more information. And this is what the palace, wow, look at this. And this is historical and really beautiful. And yeah, so during the revolution, the French Revolution, it was actually burned down and destroyed. And here's some barons of Chantilly, and it was just like amazing. Look at that. Okay, these are old 17th century pictures or drawings. Here we go. And this is the chateau in the 18th century. A beautiful, beautiful place. During the Revolution, it was dismantled via the sale of land and purchase. It was oh my God, they did demolition. They basically demolished the buildings and sold the stones. And it says, in fact, they only demolished the Grand Chateau. In 1804, the young Duke Enghien was executed by order of Napoleon Bonaparte. The Bourbon Condé lineage ended on his death. Wow, interesting. Okay, so here's the Chantilly Chateau. Oh, wow, look at all these people, like they wanted blood. Look at that. Can you imagine that? Okay, so in 1830, so here's in the 19th century. In 1830, the Duke of Bourbon had lost his son, the Duke of Enghien, right there. Looks very female. And he chose his grandnephew, Henry d'Orleans, Duke of Ormale, 1822 to 1897, and son of King Louis Philippe as his heir. In not hair as in on the head. I'm New York. I pronounce things wrong. Okay, in 1845, after marrying his cousin, Marie Caroline de Bourbon Sicilies, the Duke of Ormale commissioned Eugene Lamy to decorate the private suites of the Petit Chateau, which had survived the revolutionary destructions. In 1848, at the fall of his father's regime, the July monarchy, the Duke went into exile with his family in England. Their exile lasted more than 20 years. In 1875, having returned from exile, the Duke of Ormale decided to rebuild the Grand Chateau to house his collections and called on the architect Honore Dorme to do this. Very interesting. And here's the, wow. Okay, this is the Grand Chateau that was destroyed during the Revolution and the Petit Chateau. So I don't know which chateau this may have to do with it. Here's the Grand Chateau. And it says the Duke decided to rebuild it in 1875. Very interesting. Okay, so we know that the bottle was most likely a souvenir piece of the Chantilly Palace or the Grand Chateau. I could be wrong. What the hell do I know? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep going. We even got Wikipedia. Chantilly was entirely rebuilt between 1875 and 1882 by Henry d'Orleans, Duc d'Ormel. Okay, the new chateau met with mixed reviews. Boni de Castellan summoned up one line of thought. What is today styled the marvel is one of the saddest specimens of architect of our era. One enters on the second floor and descends to the salons. In 1889, the chateau was bequeathed to the Institut de France as a price for the Duc d'Ormel's return from political exile. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Wow, look how beautiful the interior. Look at the ceilings of this building. Holy chateau! That was the library. And here's the art gallery. It's one of the largest in France that was inside this building. Look how grand this was. And let's keep going. And here we go. Chateau de Chantilly, Froment, Maurice silver paperweight sculpture commissioned by Henry d'Orleans. And okay, look, we got the coat of arms type of deal going on there. And 44,500 best offer. Yeah, that's not what we have, unfortunately. Let's take a look at this. Look, we got marble. We got all sorts of fancy shit. I found another bottle, and it says reserved, and there's no price, of course, on Etsy. Reserve Chatelaine scent salt perfume bottle pendant with fleur de lis from Lourdes. Lourdes? Huh. Wait, could this be something to do with religion now? You see, we go down the Google rabbit hole, and it says silver, glass, and metal, fleur de lis, glass and silver metal bottle, Our Lady of Lourdes. Could that be what we have here? But it doesn't have the Chantilly name on it. Very interesting. My stopper is identical to it. Okay, and there's no damn price. It figures. I haven't been collecting glass for so long. I do know what I have is rock crystal. Here are rock crystal bottles from the 19th century. And you could tell, you see the crystal in between the metal? And let's check it out. Page not found. Well, son of a bitch. It figures. It says click here to continue shopping. No. Okay, so here are rock crystal scent bottles. It says Continental circa. Oh, don't leave us hanging. Watch, it'll say 404 era. Okay, Sotheby's. And a pair of gold-mounted rock crystal scent bottles, Continental, circa 1840. Estimate 1,200 to 1,800 euro. Euro worth more than dollars, but I do know that we have rock crystal, which is a very, very high-quality crystal glass. More rock crystal. And this is from 1740, but I don't think mine's from 1740. Who knows? You never know. Okay? But this is definitely unmistakably rock crystal. And rock crystal is really, really rare. You don't generally see such thick, beautiful crystal. Wow. And of course, no price. It's sold. Okay, put my flash on. It's really dark out right now. So conservatively, not on eBay. We're not talking eBay. If we talk eBay, we're going to have to go 50% off or more of the value. But if I was to sell this in an exclusive shop online, Ruby Lane, First Dibs, Etsy, I used to sell on those venues. I used to get at least 60 to 80% more than I would get on eBay in prices. I would not sell this bottle for less than $595. On eBay, you saw, I got this for $75. So, you know what I mean? It's actually subjective. The prices of these bottles, very, very subjective. What one person can sell this for on Etsy, they could sell it for on eBay for 60 to 70 to 80% less than what it's really worth. So it's all subjective. It's actually, if you market it correctly, you list it on the right site, a site with very wealthy clientele that can more than afford this stuff, you can definitely get the prices, the high prices for it. I wouldn't sell it for less than $550 to $795. I'm going to tell you right now, if it would sit for 6 months, a year, 2 years. I wouldn't give a rat's ass unless I wanted to flip it fast. Then I'd throw it on eBay and could probably get the most 150 doll hairs for it. Not worth it. Do not flip high quality antiques on eBay. It is not worth it. Most of the buyers there are like me. They're looking for a bargain. They're looking for thrift store prices. They do not want to pay what the value is, and they won't pay what the value is because you're getting lower quality buyers. Yes, I'm including me. I am a lower quality buyer with actually affluent taste. I cannot afford the stuff that I like to collect, so I can only operate by buying it for really cheap and finding sellers that are willing to let these things go for pennies on the dollar. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys all soon, and so long. This is, oh my God, it's just, look at the rock crystal. It is absolutely stunning, and it was everything I expected it to be and more. And thankfully, this seller was very kind to me and let me have it.